Hello Gumley, welcome back to BandLab Lesson 4. Today we're going to start editing the sounds that we picked up in the last lesson, and I'm going to show you some of the tools that we can use to make that happen. To start with, we're going to pick a sound that can be in the background quite a lot, and then we're going to loop it. To do that, we're going to use this track, Voice Mic 4, which I'm going to click on, remove the text in there and call it Background Ambience. Let's have a listen to it. To do that, we're going to drag this white triangle at the top, which moves us along the timeline window. This can then help us pick out which section we want to listen to. So what we have here is quite a rhythmic walking on grass, and I really like this sound to repeat throughout the entire thing. So we're going to click onto the region, and it brings up a bunch of icons. Last week, we were using the icon to extend and shorten the region. But this week, we're going to use the one in the top right, which is a loop. You'll see that as you drag it out, it creates a lighter version, but it's just repeating the loop over and over again. So I'm going to repeat that a couple of times, and then we'll hear what it sounds like. So that's now looping a bunch of times, which is exactly what we want for this track. Now we've looped that, we're going to try and put another sound in there to complement it. After having a quick listen through, I've decided that I really like the water droplets over here on Voice/Mic 12. So I'm going to drag this one up to the top, and I'm going to rename it to Water Ambience. I think that between the two of them, it will make a really, really nice sound. So once again, I'm going to click onto the region, drag it out to loop it, and let's have a listen to them together. So I like the way that they sound together. It makes it sound like you're walking and it's very, very wet, but I think that one of the sounds might be too loud. To fix that, we're going to click onto the track that we want, and then this green bar will come up, which is the volume. We're going to bring that volume down until they sound good together. I think that sounds really nice. It sounds like a movement, and we can do more things with it later. Now it's time to pick out another sound. For the next sound, I want to use Voice/Mic 6, which is bird sounds. So once again, we're going to click onto it, replace it with bird sounds. Now, I don't want these sounds to loop all of the time. I just want them to come up every now and then. That means we're going to have to copy the region into areas that we want them. To copy a region, you can either click it and do Control-C, then move the cursor at the top and do Control-V. Or, if you want a shortcut, you can click onto the region, hold your Alt key, and then click and drag. I think that sounds really nice because the birds are coming in and out of the picture. You'll also see that when I'm listening to these tracks, I'm just soloing the ones that I want to hear. That's because we're going to build up the soundscape track by track. So now I'm going to move all of the active tracks to the top so that we know where they all are. Now it's time to pick out another sound. The track that I have highlighted here is a plane sound, which I want to come up probably near the end. We're going to have a quick listen to that. I think that's a really nice sound that I just want to come up once, so I'm going to drag it all the way to the end. Next up, I want to add my piano sound, which I have on Voice/Mic 9. So I'm going to click it, and once again, rename it to piano. I want the piano to be quiet, but pretty much constantly going throughout. So I'm going to drag it up to the top where the active tracks are, and just loop it. Down here on Voice/Mic 11, I have a door sound. This is once again the kind of sound that I don't want to come up all of the time. So I'm going to drag it to the top and then just have it so maybe it fills in the gaps between the birds. Once again, when we want to copy it, we click it, hold Alt, move it along, and there we are. The sound here in blue in Voicemac 2 is the sound of a washing machine. For this one, we're going to have it just come up at times when we think it's important, maybe near the end. So once again, we're going to drag it to the top, and then let's have it going at the end. And we'll have it repeating, because I think that might sound quite cool. There's only 2 sounds left which haven't been moved, so we're going to have a quick look at that. The sound on Voice/Mic 7 is the sound of a rabbit eating, which I thought would be really funny. So we're going to rename that one to Rabbit. We'll maybe have that at the end when we want quite a lot of sounds. So once again, we'll drag it up, and then we'll loop it a little bit. The last sound is that of the water. So we're going to rename that one to Water, and then we're going to have it right at the end as well. So at the end, there should be a big swell of lots and lots of sounds. Let's have a quick listen to what that sounds like. So I think we've achieved what we set out to do there, which was that we wanted everything to build up at the end and be really, really loud. The last thing I'm going to do as part of this lesson is just have a quick mix of everything, the same way as we did with the water ambience. So anything that we think is too loud, we're going to change in volume. I think that's about right for the sound that we want at this point. So we've managed to put together all of the sounds that we had last week, put them into the positions that we want, and do a rough mix. In the next lesson, we'll be using some more advanced mix techniques and some more BandLab tips and tricks to make this sound just that little bit extra.